Looks like we're gonna have this drone do some building of some sort as he's waiting for creep to be spewed down, as we do have siege mode and vehicle number 1 coming in. And we actually have a Nidus worm, so yes, we are going to see some Nidus drops, which is going to be pretty exciting. I don't really see those a lot. It's mostly like a giant macro fest, but we're going to see a lot of Nidus drops apparently, if not one or more. We're getting a lot of tanks being put down. Obviously, mech is very favored in this matchup. We're having supply depots, starports, and triple factory with tech labs coming out, and a factory with the reactor. So we're going to have lots of Hellions, lots of siege tanks, and some dropships coming out. It looks like this barracks is no longer being used for anything important. It's just going to be rested along this merry way to scout. And actually, we do have the first Nidus worm being dropped right here in Eek's main. That Overlord did end up dropping a Nidus worm, so this is going to spell some bad news here for Cheese. As you can see, he does not even know that's coming, but he does hear the screams of death as these units do come pouring out of this Nidus worm, and you're just going to be able to take down at least one depot, if not more. As you can see, the SCVs are running for their lives, and here comes the unit. So we have lots of siege tanks. Siege tanks are sieging up. He is going to lose that Thor. It's going to be get a little bit out of place here. Two more tanks go down, but he's going to be able to finish off the rest of these units if they are not. Yes, one Hydra does end up getting away. We do have more Roaches and a Hydra in that Nidus room, but he's going to end up taking it down without too much effort. We actually have another Nidus form now pop in the back of the natural, and Eek is just doing a very good job of splitting up his forces, and actually his forces do get caught up a little bit. They can't fit through there, so it's a bit unfortunate for him. But overall, he's spreading out his units quite well and just being a pain. As you can see, this barracks is floating along. He probably doesn't even realize it's there anymore, because he should have sent it into the base by now just to see what's going on. And we do have another Nidus worm coming in now. Wow, Eek is just not letting up with these Nidus worms, and these Hellions actually do catch on to the fact that this Nidus worm is going up. It's going to fall, yes, just barely fall. Is he going to plant another Nidus worm? No, it does not look like he's going to plant another, but he does have his hatchery started up at the gold. So right now Eek is being able to hold off any harassment, any pushes, or anything like that with just straight Nidus worm play. It's quite clever work, and I enjoy seeing that. As you can see from the units here, although it does not look like Eek really has that much, he does have 16 Roaches, 18 Lings, and 1 Hydra into that Nidus worm. And here comes another Nidus drop in the back of the base. You can see Cheese is semi-preparing for this. He's planting supply depots right here just to stop the fact of these Nidus worms drops, to clog in the units. It looks like he hit attack movement and got his command center, but he does end up taking down the Nidus worm. As you can see here, the command center does have some lost health, so he ended up focusing down a bit. And we do have this Thor now over here, focusing down some units. He's not going to get that queen, just barely though. No, he is going to get the queen. Looks like Cheese is not going to let that queen get away, and he's going to be able to drop in the base and take it down. We do have a Nidus worm coming up at the top now in order to deal with this. Yes, Cheese is going to see this and be able to take it down just as it's coming up. As you can see, it came up, but it dies. We do have two more command centers coming up. It looks like he's going to try to mass expo here. As you can see, he is clearing out these rocks right over here. We have actually the transportation upgrade for the Overlords coming out. So I'm curious to see if he's going to do drops and Nidus worm techniques, which is going to be very clever. And now we have this Thor in the expansion area of Eek, and he's just harassing these Overlords, harassing these drones, and just being a giant pain. I'm kind of surprised. Yes, there he goes. He finally unloads these units to go deal with this. I was wondering if he's going to end up doing that or not, and it looks like he is going to end up doing that. It looks like Cheese is going to now head around and probably head back over here, but there is a Nidus worm going down, so he's probably not going to get over there in time. Yes, he actually drops it at that expo. I guess he was assuming there was something there, but there is not. His Thor is not going to be able to drop in time. As you can see, actually he's able to kill it without anything unloading, so kudos to him. But I assumed that the Zerg player would have dropped off units. He probably tried to drop off units, but he doesn't have any units in the Nidus room to be dropped off. This Thor is weak, the Medevac's weak, and another Nidus canal comes up. So there's a lot of money being invested in Nidus canals for Eek. And wondering if or not it's going to pan out for him. As you can see, he does finally have a Nidus up in this area. He's probably going to drop off these few roaches just to have them there, just in case this Nidus goes down to the store focus again, as it just does massive damage. Oh, the store is being focused down by these Zerglings. Oh my god, and just, I think, 5 HP or whatnot. It was really, really close. I couldn't tell. We do have another Nidus Worm in the main of Cheese. And this one is going to get up. These two Hellions are sleeping on the job over here. They're not going to notice him. And here comes this Nidus Worm, and all these roaches are spilling out, and they're just going to tear up these depots again and just go nuts and go crazy. And as you can see, this Medevac and Thor are still here. And Cheese is devoting all of his units to go and deal with this problem. And we just have massive amounts of SCVs going down, just massive amounts. And we have the siege tanks are set up. We're getting some focus down from the Hellions and from the siege tanks. We have the SCVs going in, and we actually have another Nidus now going down at the Gold Expo of Cheese. So these Nidus Worms are just being ridiculous right now, able to constantly move around his forces, so mobile. And now he has his Thor back in place over at this area, but these Zerglings are going to pop out and be able to deal with the problem. And it looks like the SCVs are repairing the command center, but they don't really need to be. Its command center should be in perfect shape here. And we do have another Nidus now coming out in the main. I'm not really sure if Eek is going to be able to keep up with the forces here. As you can see, he does have units loaded up into here. He unloaded almost all of his units from the Nidus, yet he unloaded some of them here. So he just is going a mass roach and a ling build at this point, with one Hydra mixed in, and we do have a planetary fortress now coming in at this expo over here, and it looks like Cheese is just going to be fed up. No, actually he's retreating back now. I assumed he was just going to push, but as you can see here, Eek does unload some more units at this Gold Expo, and with the creeps thrown, he's not going to be able to land that now and be able to mine from that area, which is going to be quite annoying. And the hero SCV and Hellion are trying to take on this roach, but he just shows him what's up until their friends arrive and demolish him. We do have a lot of units loaded up. My only thing here for Eek is he's probably going to attempt to unload all of the roaches and Zerglings on top of the siege tanks and hope that their splash damage kills them. Once again, these roaches are still here. Units are being sacrificed to this small little raiding force. As they continue to die, they do load back up. Those Zerglings get toasted, and this Hellion now does live as his friends come to back him up, and the Zerglings run away. Actually, the Zerglings go ahead the Zerg go ahead and load anyway, and they load back up as the Nidus does die. And you can see the Nidus is back in the main once again. These Niduses are insane. He's just able to keep up constant harassment over his opponent. It looks like Cheese is finally fed up with this after he has, what is that, 16 tanks. A massive amount of tanks. He should be able to easily roll over this force. There's no real air threat. It's just pure roach and ling build. He does have a lot of overlords coming in. Like I suggested, he is going to drop these units down in the back area, but he didn't really drop them at the proper point there. The siege tanks are not sieged up. He's just using them in their regular mode, and that drop was pretty pointless there. I mean, he might have killed 1 or 2 tanks, maybe a Hellion. Actually, he killed more than 1 or 2 tanks, but still, it just seemed pretty pointless to drop off all those units there when the tanks weren't sieged up. I can see if they were sieged up, dropping them there would have been devastating. Like right now, dropping in units on these 4 siege tanks, or even right here, would be devastating, just because the siege tank area of effect damage would just be massive. As you can tell right here from this replay bar, this push will probably be the last push. There's not much else to commentate about. More Thors, more reinforcements for the Terran player are coming in. He is just about to push this last expo. Eek does call GG, and Game 2 will be posted shortly. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.